go where wonder lies. Its specialist crew a beacon of light, for work to unravel secrets entwined. Lore with her care and lust for life, turning the cogs in her curious mind. Scales that tell stories of times long past. Deep in the echo, her interest is cast. Starborn melody echoes in the deep. An ancient history, now our secrets to keep. Sail on a siren with feathers adorned, seeks to maintain her graceful form. A voice that weaves tales across the sky, relaying the dreams that never die. Rennick the brain with numbers and might, forearms for eyes in the cosmic night. Stoic and with numerical grace, in Lockstitch's crew he has found his place. Starborn melody echoes in the deep. An ancient history, now our secrets to keep. Pollux and Castor, the skillful pair, always the team with starry hair, with a bond so strong in the vast expanse, unveiling the secrets in cosmic dance. Starborn melody echoes in the deep. An ancient history, now our secrets to keep. Starborn melody echoes in the deep. An age-old mystery, and Lockstitch holds the key.
Hooray! Sorry, everybody. Yeah, right. I'm really stuffy today. I'm getting like a cold or something. It's terrible.
It'd be rough out here.
It do be rough out here. All right.
Music on in the background a little bit. Y'all are gonna end up hearing me typing and clicking. I apologize. I'm probably yelling at Rupert again.
I'm just so itty bitty.
He's just a little guy.
I'm just a little guy. Except I'm an every size guy.
Just a whatever size you need guy.
I'm a whatever size you perceive guy. I like to think that the Harbinger is not ever physically anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and technically physically everywhere at the same time. You know?
Sounds about right. Well, just look at him. He could be pocket sized. He could be building sized. He can be planet sized.
No spoilers or anything, but I was playing around in Canva for like ways of making his token way more surreal.
Excellent, excellent.
All right, everybody. He is always watching, and I do not think that Harbingers breed in the way that like requires sexual organs or sex at all, but this guy considers himself a he. He identifies as he.
I picture him just like eating popcorn, watching what the crew is getting up to, just like, this is amazing!
Like non-stop, like the crew is just his entertainment at this point. And he's the harbinger of change, and let me tell you who changes things.
That is fair.
I do not know how goblins breed.
Gremlins?
I do not know how gremlins breed. I know how some goblins breed.
Well, I actually don't know. I don't know a lot
Are we
about
talking like Mogwai gremlins?
I'm assuming so. I'm thinking that's like what we're at. Is it the water? I thought the water just made him crazy. Does it make him like breed too? I don't remember. I
What makes them,
literally
like,
haven't seen it since I was a child.
if they eat after midnight, which doesn't make any sense because it's always
Always
after midnight.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know, like that one was a dick before they fed him after midnight. Anyway, I'm not.
But like
I
that's
don't
really
know
the
much.
sum of everything I know about Gremlin. So
That's it. Yeah, I know that the second one had Hulk Hogan in it for some reason.
and the second one had the sexy like
Yeah,
female one, right? I remember seeing that on TV on Easter and being like, "Whoa, this might awaken something."
I'm upset that like the only thing you need to be sexy, air quotes, in like American society in the 80s was lipstick and tits and a wig.
I mean, literally, I think that
That was like there was
summed
nothing
up the '80s
inherently
really.
there was nothing inherently attractive about that gremlin, more attractive than any other gremlin except for it was wearing a
So it
wig.
works. So you're saying it works. You're saying the
I'm
lipstick
just
and the tits and the wig works.
I wouldn't have personally described it as sexy, but you said it was sexy.
But you did say it was sexier than the other gremlins, so clearly it worked. Yeah, no, she had like the brightest. It was the lips that I remember, like as from being a kid. It was just like, whoa, those are very bright, very red. Oh, my chair makes a lot of creaking sounds. I'm sorry.
It does make a lot of creaking
It's
sounds.
so annoying. I need to like grease it. I need to lube it up.
All right, everybody. So tonight we're gonna talk about some stuff to get everybody ready for the next season, next arc. Sorry.
Which is officially called Silver Shadows: Trail of Echoes. Which I think, wrote somewhere maybe yesterday. I feel like that was announced somewhere in the announcements yesterday, but that is officially what it's called. I'm excited, but of course I'm excited because like we've been working really hard on it. Creak, creak, creak.
Yeah, we have been putting a lot into this one. Things that important to know about the upcoming arc is it's going to start Friday. I think everybody has confirmed for that one. A later start of a game. We have to start a little bit later. Not I think it's probably going to start around 6:30 Pacific Standard, but
That's my
like
guess. It's not as late as Bam in time, but a little bit late.
it's a little bit late.
Thank you for grabbing cards.
We will see the main characters. Some of you, I'm sure, have known
Yeah,
who the main
I'm
characters
sure
are.
like that's not a secret that has stayed secret, but on the off chance that somehow it has, you will find out who the main characters are tomorrow.
And like so,
Thank you,
tomorrow we have
Cecilia.
the speakeasy. Please, if you can make it to that game, make note of it in the speakeasy channel and try to keep the it down to just I'm gonna be there because
Just so we
it
can
went a
keep
little
track,
wild earlier.
so we don't like everything is literally just so that we can look at it at a glance.
Yeah, it's literally just that. It's like I'm not upset about it or anything. Like the chat was funny, but
Please make
I'm
my
just
life easier.
oh
I'm
my
so
god.
tired.
I was like I'm gonna click on this and see. It's like oh no, they're talking in here.
Prof, thank you for grabbing cards.
Right. So go ahead.
Yeah, going through it, like we have a list of things together, so trying to like click through it. Ooh, Luke Goblin. Luke Goblin is interesting change.
Blue Goblin got changed, like in a big way. I'm gonna have to change what that card says because now when you play Loot Goblin, you do not just spawn a random creature. Like the spirit of capitalism will show up and infect something.
Tofu,
And
thank
like,
you.
I don't think the spirit of capitalism is necessarily the worst thing, but like, but you probably don't want to run around in cities that aren't capitalist in nature. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. You were saying.
Thank you for grabbing cards. So some notes. The musician for the theme song was like hella booked up, which like I love to see, but also like oh. So it's gonna be a wait on the new theme song. I was actually hoping to get it to reveal it this weekend, but time did not play kindly. So we're basically just on his schedule. Whenever it's done is when it's done. Not very good. Thank you for grabbing 30 card packs. Let me know if you get anything juicy. I know there's a lot of like things out there that y'all are looking for.
Lumberjacks, Caustic, let me tell you, lumberjacks are big into capitalism. Cutting down
Cards
trees
aren't
to
real.
sell them. Okay, yeah.
That's true. Still, how are you getting no vault keys? I feel like there's a billion of them out there. It is rigged.
Does anybody have? Okay, Vala has 2 out of 5. I was expecting Vala to be the one that actually had the whole thing.
Okay, maybe we want to take down the rarity then.
Yeah, we should maybe tick that one down. Sorry, guys. I expected them by being rare, you guys would get them more often, but my bad.
Sometimes it doesn't work out that way, which is okay.
The hilarious thing
this
about
one.
like when we get that key, it is not. That key is not a diggy hole game. That key becomes an item that goes into your inventory that you can then use on any door.
God,
And that'll be interesting.
now you're being subbed for 76 months. I feel like you have to be the person that is like sub the longest, but like goddamn, that is an insane number. I'm trying to find the fucking, there it is. Digging around for the liminal key to, yeah, wow, it's just rare. Like it's not even deep rare. It's just,
Yeah, it's just like I tried to make it like
regular
so.
as rare. What the fuck?
I didn't want it to be like super rare because I wanted to see. So
Yeah,
the
that's so fucking
that the
weird.
liminal vault key was made because Leo's fucking like came up with a really neat idea,
And it's like,
and then I was
yeah,
just
like
like
that.
went with it.
Alright, I am going to first bump it to the rarest of the commons, because, like, yeah, I know that people still have them. It's fine. And then I'm also going to make the coupon for the coupon that was just played. And then I will continue with my dots, which I'm holding on to for dear life in my head right now. And we'll see how that goes. Alright, create. Alright, I believe in you. Okay. Alright, so the rarity of those was adjusted. Also, I put 2 more of the Storm Crew cards back in the shop because we forgot to re-enable them after saying that we were going to do that. So, 10 out of 10. Nailing it. Percent. Alright, that keys for Soki please, I think is what that says, is a 25% off one. I'm just putting it in. Okay. Nailed it. 10 out of 10. We're doing the thing. We're gonna wait through it. No keys. Why? It's literally common, for fuck's sake. Alright, I'll keep an eye on that. So the creak on this is getting so loud. It's so bad. I'm only hyper aware of it now, because, like, now we're can hear it. And, like, and you can also tell that I, like, sit back and forth and rock in my chair all the time. So, that's super good and fun. Alright, some notes. Yesterday Alan said that the glow-ups were closed. We had a couple cancellations on spots that I was holding for those, so if you wanted we're gonna call them Silver Shadow, glow-ups, so the, like, Monster Hunter one, the Will-O-Wispy one, whatever the fuck I said the other ones were, the Wolpertinger one, etc. I would say tentatively 2 slots. If you did not have a chance to grab it and you really wanted one. So, at your leisure, really, on that. Figured I should mention it before everyone grabs cards, but, like, I can't talk as fast as y'all are grabbing cards. I will give y'all a heads up that the Wolpertinger one and the Will-O-Wisp one are part 2 of the arc, so that'll be the May part of the arc. So if you got those ones, you'll see them in the second half of Silver Shadows. If you got the Monster Hunter one or the Mushroom one, you'll see them in the first half. That's the plan, anyhow. I don't know if anyone grabbed a mushroom one, and the mushroom one is like the one that I'm the most excited for personally.
Mushroom, I'm gonna drop a little spoiler here. I'm just gonna
Ooh,
do it.
excited! I love a spoiler.
So, you guys know how I've been working on my own hack of Blades in the Dark for a while. That's about it's actually a hack on Beam Saber where it's about mushroom people like building mechs. That is, we are gonna play that this arc. We are gonna play it maybe multiple times, but I'm not sure. I'm not even sure it's gonna be like. I know for a fact it's not gonna be your characters playing it. I know that. Um, but it's probably going to be outside of even the normal schedule. I've called it war shrooms for so long, like war rooms. It's I've been really working on this thing forever. um, Imagine think the Smurfs. That is the easiest way to do it. Think about the size of the Smurfs, and what if they lived in a forest with much more magical stuff going around, and it's all about hunting, like living their lives, like hunting for food, staying out of the sight of the bigger creatures because they don't want people to like hunt them, like and like one of them is the deadly purple one, the deadly amethyst, I think it's called, mushroom, but that plays like a rogue that makes their mechs out of like bones and other like scavenged body parts. And there's like the brute one that builds his mech out of like giant pumpkins or like logs and stuff like that. And there's one that is the mushroom that gets into bugs, and like you can use like an army of little bugs to create a mech for you. That is, I've been making this system, and trust me, it sounds a lot cooler if I have a second to lay it out. But we are gonna play that game for sure, and I'm very excited for that one because it's
Been
first
working on
game.
it a
No,
while.
Dunko we made, so it'll be the second game that we've played that I've made. Like I've actually like written up the book and stuff for it. It's just
All the things.
all the things.
That's really it.
There's like a scholar mushroom that's the ink cap mushrooms. I like them. So now I'm just looking at my doc.
Thinking cap is really good. That's cute. There's a bunch of little guys.
It's a bunch of little guys. Not little guys, capital L little guys, but little guys.
Yeah, just little guys. Like generic little guys. I'm sorry, you guys might be able to hear Rupert snoring through the mic. If so, apologies. I mean, I'm sure you don't mind, but that's what it is. It's definitely not my intentions.
They're all named like the Smurfs because it's Sneaky Shroom, Creepy Shroom, Tamer Shroom, Burly Shroom.
I don't know, these are pretty big man snores, to be honest. Alright, other notes of business, schedule requests, like specifically like game requests, are gonna be going out shortly. We've been just in a little rough shape physically, so we've been taking a little extra time to mostly sleep, but you know. But we're working through it. So keep an eye on your DMs for that. Also, just to make my life easier, if you know for sure that you have open availability this coming weekend, just DM me to let me know that. Means I can just make it easier on myself.
This upcoming weekend we have the game on Friday that we have already done, but then on Saturday we wanted to do Professor Winter's birthday game.
Good call. That is a conversation that we need to have, because I do recall him saying that doing it on the day was not okay. So, Prof, if you were available Saturday, please, like, make a noise.
Or Sunday, make a different noise.
Or Sunday, but I assume Saturdays are better days.
Just make the noise. Oh, damn. I was like, you're like, just make a noise and we'll guess if it means Saturday or Sunday.
It's like, just grunt cryptically, it's fine.
Just go into the backyard and just scream which day you're good for. We'll figure it out.
We'll get back to this. It's like, hold on. I have something just for this occasion. It's like, wow, that is very specific.
made a noise. Please respond. We
There
play a
are
weird game.
always sirens. I hear sirens right now. I don't know if you guys hear the sirens, but I hear them.
I'm sure they do.
Leave me your face. Oh, perfect. Dun dun dun. Actually, I probably would have interpreted that to be that you're not good on Saturday, so I'm glad that you clarified. Alright, so I think that's all the, like, I don't know, business stuff. If you want to get into Starbound Melody recap, I think that's what we're gonna do.
Absolutely.
Just to keep you guys, like, to catch you guys up if you missed stuff, or just the overarching, like, here's what the goal was, here's how it ended up, here's what you have to go for it, like, to do with it. And I'm gonna let Alan take that one.
So when we started this arc, we had the storm being blamed by some of the crew, not the whole crew, for Joaquin's murder. Quickly discovered that that wasn't the case. And quickly discovered that that wasn't the case, and that the storm had no idea what was going on with Joaquin. Didn't even know that Joaquin was killed. And after you guys, this began the storm's problem with Iskra, very specifically, as Iskra like destroyed their ship a little bit. And then we all like split up. Like the team that snuck onto the ship made their way to Haven, so like it actually turned into a much smaller thing than I expected. Like I expected that crew to be out there more, but then they just all reunited, and I was like, that's perfectly fine. So then when we got to Haven, we learned that couple things. They don't allow weapons of any kind inside, unless you're a black market salesman that smuggles them in and sells them on the low. But don't worry about that. But Miss Keynote talked with the ensemble, that is, the four main characters of the Starborn Melody, with Lore, Rennick, Ceylon, and Pollux and Castor, so I guess 5. But, Hauser's Too Sweet is just a very good song. But then you guys met with Keynote. She explained that she wants to get travel going and wants to get trade going in a major way. And she has heard all of these legends, all of these ancient stories that people used to be able to move around the Echo instantaneously. Just be able to walk through one gate and come out another. Then, with that, you guys all just kind of signed on to get the songs going. Not even kind of signed on, you guys did sign on. They gave you a nice place to stay in there. And then we moved on. We just kept going. Oh, 1 second, let me open up my Google Doc that I had. Because now I accidentally opened up my Warshrooms Google Doc and I'm lost. But that was the gist of the whole mission. Like that was what everybody was gonna do. We had people like going around all of Alto, or like Alkali, sorry. Yeah, it's not Alto. All around Alkali to clean up. And like they did a very good job. Like the teams that cleaned up the Turmeric Outpost and the team that cleaned up the mines, you guys succeeded. Got it done quite well. Maybe not, the most by the book cleaning of the mines. Like some of those are definitely lost in the water still that we just don't talk about. And then we met Arthur and Vidra, as they are the detective documentary team that Krieg has hired to solve Joaquin's murder, but also make a very good film of it. That the party got into some stuff. We recruited 2 more NPCs than Jim Dandy and Isolde. Like they are just wandering around the silver. They're not wandering around the silver thimble. They live in the silver thimble. But I do need to make sure everybody knows that they are criminals. Both of them are like, especially as old. She's a cat burglar. So, in case you're wondering what's going on there, you have a cat burglar living in the town. While you guys were hanging out in Alkali, you competed in a fishing tournament and killed the biggest shark we've ever seen. Helping in Haven, Arcana, and a spy party, but this spy party included Royce. We're hunting down the alchemists, and after some light seduction, it turned into some light torture as we stripped Troggle, and now Cat's wearing his outfit. So that happened as well. Fetish non-cat. That we now know that spies wear nun outfits. And then after that, and the not particularly super important to things, we know that Turmeric Outpost has coconut-sized potatoes that are delicious. There's a sea slug statue that resembles the Statue of Liberty. Kui gained more magical powers. Talali got turned into Tall Lolly. Then there was a date night. We're not going to talk about the date night. It happened. And then, and I'm only like bringing this up. It doesn't seem like it's important, but I gotta like point out like a recurring theme here, guys. On the 8th episode with Bam and Erwin, Osiria, and Volpa, we just recruited more thieves into the Silver Thimble, like with the Cottage Pie gang, and also falsely blamed a guy named Phoebe for the bad things that you guys were doing and that were happening. But that's fine. That's fine. We got all of the majority of the black market criminal element out of Haven. Now they live in the towns nearby, having like little pizza situations or little doctor situations, or we have moved them straight into the Silver Thimble. Like, then we rescued Foley, and we met up with All, realized Osiria is very, very, very dangerous when she only rolls 13s. Nickel had to disarm her to protect everyone else and herself. Back to Alkali, we tried to get to the ancient city of Dulce, but we didn't make it. The team spent a good amount of it licking a giant monolith. There's a touching moment between Pim and B. Amon joined the crew fully, and then B ate a yuckfish. We did not find a safe way for normal people to travel all the way into Haven from the Silver Thimble, so that path is still very dangerous. Like, if we are trading directly with the Silver Thimble, then it's not the crew doing it, like not the crew like moving things back and forth. It takes a very long time, and it is dangerous for them. We know that, but we did do some studying on the way. Silver Bullet Special was a rousing success. Cass, Valentina, Flynn, and Uncle James are all like movie stars to a point. There, you guys probably get fan mail. Cass's face is posted up on bulletin boards all over the place. And it's just like, I'm sure that's not going to come back to hurt him. We went to Ione, figured out that in Ione, the Harbingers are the fashion style, but also the entire city is one person, but also many, many multiple people. They're very strongly influenced by like what other people think, and they only allow a certain number of people into the city at a time. Things that we did discover about that: if you are from space or were in space when the worlds were combined, when like the event or whatever we're calling it happened, um, you have no effect on Ione. Like Pollux, Castor, Rennick, um, Osiria, Peanut, and Gemini can just stand in Ione and they do not have influence on it. But and also LP and KM do not have any problems there. They do not influence the area. Then of course we went to study some stuff and broke it further with the K Charity Malone game and Toots, which went hilariously good but absolutely awful. And we now know that we have sea lice that eat metal all over the place. The convergence that makes sense. And then after that, go ahead. Yeah. Of course, we all know about the song game where we learned that like this whole time magic has been ramping up. Like everything is a little bit more magical. Everything is a little bit like more cartoony. Like, we suplexed a shark. And we went on folk song when we did that. That shark was absolutely huge. And sure, it took two of our stronger members to do it, but you suplexed it and then Giant swung it onto a mountain. That shit was crazy. And then we had the Starborn Melody game where parts of the crew were forced to start singing. And sing they did. And then we got a kick-ass song. And then right after that, we got right into Krieg, Zakna, Osiria, and Kat trying to become fake pirates. And they got all the way up to like getting a good pirate crew going. I need you guys to know they're onto you now. Like there is no way that they are not onto you. Like especially Krieg. Like they know what's up. I don't think that one's going anywhere. Um because right after that happened, you guys broke into the pirates area and got super seen. We did have a game where we went into the alt future that was like super grimdark, where Patagon put together a squad to avenge Pim Forginento at the hands of the necromancer Howl. And we got to see fucking Pharaoh Clem use a goddamn huge ass sword, cast shot the hell out of a lich. Like everything went wild. And now we are searching through the ruins of destroyed Folksong to look for other items. The cat. Funny story about your motorcycles. The guy called the Shaper, who can apparently make things out of like nothing. Yeah, they got the bikes back. They did that. But also, he's begun like copying your motorcycle designs on a grand scale. Not good though. They're all like shitty, but they exist. For the Queen, we all know our dance team supported and made of Tarkus, Leo, Valentina, and Gemini went to the city of Lydian and danced their asses off and met many like cool people, including the worm spirit that protects Lydian, named as Oro. And Oro's great. He loves to dance. He's a large monster that is constantly like leaving his weaknesses exposed for Tarkus, and I'm sure that is fine. But we figured out that we got the song playing. It's like great. Everybody dances. Lydian's an amazing place. We're gonna go back there more often. And then right after that game, we went to the Clove Cove to research what's going on there, and you guys just turned it into interviews, which is hilarious. And I'm gonna have to start planning those games around the fact that you guys are just gonna interview people. But you made some fun enemies, like the group of pirates. One, the leader of them is known as the Shaper. He has an incredibly powerful artifact that allows him to turn one thing into something else. That is his power with that. He can. I know it's somebody else's power, but like it's as long as he has all the requisite material, he can make whatever he needs. Like if he has enough metal, he can make anything that's only metal. And again, and that we sorry, thank you, Leo, for bringing that up. That game is why the loot goblin has changed. That it is now a spirit of capitalism, as Valentina had to punch the shit out of a coin. Lydian is also, if not my favorite, one of my favorites. Um, we know from the game where we went to the Clove Cove that there is a city named Dactyl or Dactylord, and it is in a side of the world called Virtuosa. Virtuosa is to the north of Bone Meal, in case you guys are wondering. It is to the east of Sonnery, to the north of Bone Meal. And there is a city there that hates magic to the point that their money is null metal, and it's a pure null metal. It's a significantly more dangerous, refined, if you will, because null metal before was always just a byproduct, and this one, we've labeled it virtuoso, but it could change for sure. And like we've seen dwarves, and we've seen a human is a strong word, but a human dude named the Furies from there. Akana, Patagon, Karam, and Kay went back to help Ione with a SOS call. It was actually the crashed ship of. It was the crashed Jules with KM and LP on it. There was a lot of gunfire in that episode. Lots of people got shot. We also created a banger of a song. Was it called Hull Breach or Hull? What did we call that? Not yet. Kui, because Kui learned the power of Skittles. Crom got shot a lot. Did Crom get shot a lot? I know like a lot of people got shot. Hull break detected. He's like, solid. The folks from Ione love you guys. They were a little mad at Karam for bringing his like emptiness power there, but they forgave him because he did like do a solid job. If you didn't do a solid job but still brought that that power there, I assume you would have been kicked out of Ione forever, but you didn't. All right. What happened next? Oh, here we go. So, magic in the Neverglades got out of hand. Like ridiculously so. In the Pixel Islands, there was a huge like base kind of thing being created out of like just magic was forming, and it was like forming into pixels, and it was spreading itself out, and you all needed to shut down the certain towers well the whole time Dendroid was being attacked, very missile command style. The whole game was based on the Guardian legend, where the four players playing it, which were Nickel, Soki, Hazel, and Flynn, while they were using their forklifts can transform into jets. This is going to be important for moving forward. And they were only able to be transformed into jets because of the amount of magic that was going on. When presented the option to turn the magic off, Soki did not. Like, nobody knows that magic is still off, except for us as players and, Soki. Soki did nothing wrong. Soki supports adventure. As Soki do. But also, we got some really cool moments in that game. Nickel got a weapon that's called the Master Controller. It was a sword at the time, but me and Professor Winter have talked about it. I think it more looks like the game glove. You guys remember the old NES thing? It's like that can become the Power Glove. That's what it is. It's the Power Glove that can transform into like an NES Zapper or the Super Scope from Super Nintendo. It can become whatever he needs it to be at the time. Like it was a sword because it came out of like a fairy fountain, but I think in that moment it just needed to look like a sword. And also like whichever hand it is the other hand that he doesn't wear his like blade catching glove on. So now he can do both. Just chock full of gloves. We went back to Plum Bob. Oh yeah. Also, Soki had a badass samurai scene, and Flynn got shot out of the sky, like immediately. What did Flynn get? Flynn got suplexed into the ground. That's what happened. Which is just a bad situation. We went back to Plum Bob after that, and saw that again. Magic is going nuts. We know that there was a zombie infestation there, but once you guys were in the city, you weren't seeing it anymore. We met a doctor. We're gonna change that doctor's name from Dr. Caspian because like we already have a Dr. Caspian and we're gonna change it. I had already named him just Caspian before I knew he was a doctor and before I realized that he was gonna be important. Like he's been like playing with putting ghosts into other things and specifically putting spirits into living bodies is what he's been trying to do, and putting ghosts into inanimate objects is what he's been trying to do. There's a lot of overlap with that. We went into the bottom of the place. We killed a whole bunch of no, we didn't kill a whole bunch of zombies, but we did kill one massive zombie. We killed a spirit of rebirth that looked like a what if a beetle was an angel, and also a end boss from Bayonetta. And then so that happened. Also, we had Cactus Jack and Cactus Jack Mage, but Cactus Jack Mage and Cactus Jack didn't get to actually do anything in that game, and I was sad. But it's fine. Then we played a game of community radio. Turns out Amon can go into people's dreams and have them relive parts of their past. He's very good at it, everybody. Very good at it. We did it with Pollux and Castor, and we met some of Pollux and Castor's old friends, and then brought them into the real world via dream travel. Sadly, Amon does not know how to do it backwards, just good at doing it that direction. So now poor Polaris and Sirius are stuck in the silver thimble trying to make sense of the world. I do think Polaris and Sirius have been given full rundowns, like medical checkups and stuff, to make sure that they will be okay in this world. You guys can leave the city. Nobody is like holding you guys prisoner. There's definitely like a moment of, are they going to spread any like diseases or anything? But I don't think that's possible, as they came from dreams. It's like the thing that I'm worried about is are Sirius and Polaris somewhere their body's just sleeping? Like, have we sorted out a lot online these two? Is like what I'm curious about. Or did we just isekai them and drag their whole body?
That's a great question. Personally, I'm like of the mind that they are in their whole body, like form, like here with us. But at the same time, like, it's a great question. It might be more fun if that weren't the case.
like isekai is like full isekai is the then there's nothing, no way that they die without them having a hand in it. You know, I wouldn't kill them anyway, but like, just things to think about. I only thought about it like a little while ago. Then Bam, Pim, Howl, and Amon set out on a pirate hunt, and they did that to the nines. They murdered some cats for their dirt bikes. They then used those dirt bikes to blow up a massive tanker that the Shaper was using. Pim made enemies with Farah, who is the like I want to say second in command of the Shaper's fleets. And Pim really fucked up Farah, like really got hurt, really hurt her, and it was like it would have gone on for quite a long time, but something else happened shortly after that. But you guys shut down one of their ships. You stole their dirt bikes and then blew them up. We're solid with that. I was reading. I was like, I saw somebody say, "Oh, we got the dirt bikes back." It's like, yeah, but then we used them as bombs. It's like we don't have them. Then. Oh no, those are different ones. Sorry, those are like the knockoff ones. Then we got the band back together as Foley, Ceylon, Nameless, and Vatna traveled the world to make the best song, the most culturally impactful song, because Ione is all about whatever is the most popular right now. And let me check my notes. Let's see, what did we come up with the song for? Oh, instead of a song so much, we decided to make a jingle for a pizza place that is sexual pizza for dancing. I thought it was sexual pizza for dancing, but so yeah, that's a big hit. We know that we have seen two Warpletingers in this one that are not part of the crew. We have seen All, and now we see Amel in this game. Amel has become something of a ice witch as she is traveling through the world learning how to use her music as magic. Royce, Simon, Midnight, and Volpa were invited to Loker to solve an argument. The pizza's implied. It was a #1 hit. Like, it's all over the world. If I'm pretty sure Hull Breach would have became an entire like dodecahedron hit, except for the fact that Sexual Pizza for Healing came out right on its tails. For dancing, sorry. What did I say? Did I say for healing? Mm-hmm. It's because I get sexual healing stuck in my head. Not like the song, just the title.
That's both of that is fair.
So they had a bit of a disagreement between the Shaper's crew and the Lockstitch crew, and the guys met up at Loker and to settle this dispute. Multiple things happened. We discovered one of the people that runs Loker, not like he's not the tippity top, but he's one of them, is lying to everyone, and Simmons knows this and has proof that he gave the wrong name. His name is actually Shush, and he is most certainly an alchemist, like doing something in Loker. There was two teams going off and battling each other for the hunt in the giant hedge maze. All you guys had to do was find the monster, hunt it down, kill it. First person to do that wins. And first team to do that wins. You guys had a massive advantage because of how badly Pim hurt Farah in the previous game. But don't worry, Simmons used a card that healed everyone to perfect health. Like, Farah's arm is better. Like, everybody got healed right up because of Simmons. Which, was fine because then Simmons got a gun, which is the Rock 1.0. It's like a what if a Desert Eagle was twice as big and then handed to one of the smallest crew members. Sorry, I hate to tell you about that one, Gary, but that is what Simmons did. And so they did it just fine. Simmons not only made friends with a giant gargoyle, he gave it sentience and attached a spirit of the desert to it in a weird way, and then Midnight managed to chop it free. Royce got some in that episode, and made Volpa realized that magic is going super weird when they tried to make a copy of Pym to distract the other team and made it kind of sentient. That thing's not still out there. It dissipated, but there was like a copy of Pym like running up and running around. It's gone now. Um, Rosie, Clovis, Aurel, and Iskra made their way to the edge of the map and with like studying some stuff. They found a really cool map. Um, Clovis found a way down into a tunnel situation. Then you guys were set upon by the storm, which still not going great. Not making them like Iskra anymore was Iskra's like the argument between Iskra and the storm, which I love, fully support it. They the storm got the correct map and Lockstitch got the incorrect map. But Lockstitch believes they got the correct map. That is very necessary to know. Like Lockstitch believes that it's right. Conversations happened. The Shapers showed up to steal the map. You guys changed the map into gold. Aurel gained a power that when Iskra is nearby, she can cast golden lightning. But also, when other people are nearby Aurel, that staff does something different completely. Like, Aurel only has the gold magic when uh, when Iskra is there, because that gold magic is specifically Iskra's power. But there was a dune buggy race scene as Clovis made his way into the underground and is walking the tunnels. We saw these tunnels in the game where we were in Plumbob. Like there are the root system of the Weir, because we all know it's the Weir, which are like mechanical roots with gauges and valves, and some of them are like broken open, and there's been a bit of corruption all over this place. And the corruption is turning magic and making it solid. Like it turns magic into skin like flesh like piles that can become creatures. And like the whole world is infected, not just like it was the Sickened Sea, but you guys are finding evidence that it's much further out. So that was that one. And then Ceylon, Lore, Pollux, and Castor and Rennick, like, again, teamed up, went to Dorian. Rennick was made a math magician on honorary math. Not just honorary, he's got the skills for it too. Lore made friends with, well, I think the whole crew made friends with Megan, who is basically an adventuring sea pirate, a celestial sea pirate. Not pirate, privateer, I think is the better word. Legal pirate. Whereas she will straight up steal things and bring them to Dorian. Like that is just what she will do. Yeah, Aurel's staff is like a blue mage. Um, and like we've figured out that the center of the Celestial Sea is called the Abyss, and Ceylon, the I don't think I made it clear enough. The secrets of the siren. One of them, a secret of the sirens. One of the secrets for Ceylon was just they can, on a global scale, set the resonance. Like there's a thing sirens can do. Like like that is how she calmed everything down at once. Then the second secret of the siren happened seconds later as Lore ripped herself out of her exosuit once Pollux cast a massive lightning bolt to kill a corrupted Leviathan. Lore went missing as an absolute giant Leviathan and went to the seventh city on the Celestial Sea, which was Phrygian. Then we went and dealt with that in a minute, but we needed a little history lesson before we went there. Katori, Irwin, Isaac, and Forge went into Dorian's, like, their vault of knowledge. It's everything that they know. And, but that vault of knowledge is not perfect knowledge. I need that to be clear. It's just what they know, and some of those things can be wrong. The same way a library can be wrong. But they went through it. They found out that Fiction was in there messing with things. They managed to get Fiction out of there very calmly. They didn't have to fight him. Isaac did trick Fiction into agreeing to a deal, but Fiction agreed and also tricked the crew into agreeing to a deal. So every time the crew rolls a 1, Fiction becomes stronger, and every time the crew rolls a 20, Fiction becomes weaker. That was a fun game. That was so weird. And then we went back to Phrygian with Lore, Kay, Blueberries, and Tobias making their way into that city, seeing two realities, seeing an anomaly the way that me and Nika have been trying to show anomalies in a really long time, with like it's two possible worlds on top of each other. Fiction is currently pranking the hell out of Dorian. Like, pranking the ever-living hell out of him. What's his current status as far as HP? I have that written down somewhere. But Fiction is just doing his thing. Like, he went ham on Devil's Night, but very specifically for Dorian, and teaching them all of the pranks that they could possibly learn. But the people of Dorian are very bad at pranks, so, like, you could just open a door and see a bucket of water on the ground in front of the door. That kind of thing. Like whoopee cushions that are entirely too big and entirely too obvious. That situation. Dorian's having a time. And then, yeah, we solved it. You guys fixed the resonator that was broken so long ago. And the entire situation starts like moving slightly. It's not like so bad that the towns need to be relocated on the map, but they are up a little bit, and they are all playing their songs like nonstop. The Celestial Sea is just a banger. I personally think, in the way that I've always envisioned it, like if you were in the Celestial Sea and say that you have something on that you can like breathe in the no air, you will hear whichever city song that you are looking to go to. Like if you want to go to Ione, you will hear Sexual Pizza for dancing. And yeah, that is we have travel unlocked. The fun thing for people is every side now is connected to another side. It's just like, and it's instantaneous. If you get those gateways fixed up, everything's good. It is literally, it doesn't cost anything to go through. It doesn't cost you AP like it would to travel the towers or anything. Where you can just walk through, but each door lets out one other place. We know that the one in Alkali lets off to side 8. That is connected to side 8. The one in Folksong is connected to side 11. We should note these on the wiki for sure, absolutely. It's like Alkali is 8 and Folksong is connected to 11, but every side is connected in some way to another side for instantaneous travel. One definitely exists on seasonal. Like, one exists on every side. Right now, the way that we ended, we are now trying to find them and map them for Haven and for your own uses. Incredibly dangerous for any of you that like need your communicators to survive, to go through those without testing. But I think we're gonna like lower that restriction because things are happening in a big way. The world is more magical, and also Kay. Okay. Oh, Nika's gonna play that song. Nika's gonna play the song real quick because she found it. We're gonna listen to the cruise rendition of the Starlight Melody real fast, if everybody's cool with that. Wait, no, we're not. Never mind. Okay. We're gonna do it in a second, guys. Oh, never mind. 1 second. She's just figuring things out.
Do I label things appropriately? No, so we'll find out if this is the right one. You guys tell me if this is the right one. I can't hear it.
In the celestial sea where stars align, Lockstitch will go where wonder lies. A specialist through a beacon of light will work to unravel secrets entwined.
Ancient realms unfold, combining the knowledge of new and old. My heritage whispers in my ear, power stirring within me, eager to appear. Starborn melody echoes in the deep. These questions torment me, so answers I will read. Reflection, I always stand tall, but I'm not yet ready for my final call. My training must vary and skills must grow before I bow out of my cosmic show. Starborn melody echoes in the deep, awaiting comfortably to forge my masterpiece.
In Haven's rhythm, a mystical code. I search for the secrets that it could bestow. Always wary of the cautionary tales, Lockstitch's legacy in cosmic trails. Starborn melody echoes in the deep, an opportunity to realize my theory.
We yearn for a home in the stardust light, searching for answers we want to know. Liminals call a curious delight. We were drawn by strange
storm, I rise to reign, justified in the sovereign's chain. Be treasures of power, I'll conquer each year, and shall of echo, the new queen is here. Starborn melody echoes in the deep. I'll lead my destiny, the world is yet to see. Starborn melody echoes in the deep, an age of mystery, and Lockstitch holds the key.
Y'all absolutely killed that. It was incredible. Every time I hear it, I'm like, oh, it's so good.
So good. Such a good song. But yeah, so that is where we have ended. We ended Starborn Melody. Like, we ended this arc with the knowledge that magic is being turned up, but I don't think, like, the awareness that it is at all specifically dangerous. I think I know Kay has all the information that shows the fact that magic has been on the trickle up, whereas, like, when you guys got here, every single one of you would have been considered a legendary character in your own right, if that makes sense. Like, you guys, each one of you are like a Hercules or like some kind of thing. Like, you're basically superheroes. And when you got here, that was how it was. But as you are time is slowly like ticking, other people are matching those levels. Like, there were tons of 1-star missions before, and like, I had even said it, there had never been a 5-star guild mission until you guys got here. And now every couple of months that's coming up. And you guys aren't the ones that have to do those. There are other people that are able to take those and do them themselves. Like the Leaping Lemurs, now that one of their members has been resurrected. We resurrected a member of the Leaping Lemurs, so like, that's wild. Like, somebody might want to check in on Folk Song at some point.
I'm sure it's fine.
Okay, never mind. Belay that, everybody. So yeah, the magic is on an uptick. So right now I was leaving time for, like, that is everything that happened for the most part. If you guys want to ask questions about things,
Literally
as long as it's not literally anything.
Stuff, yeah.
Yeah,
If
anything
it's
from Star Wars
spoilable, I'll
Melody.
tell you.
Yeah, if it's spoilable, we'll definitely. Yeah, I can't answer that because it's a secret. But if I forgot something,
Yeah. And we'll
Yeah, you can
talk
explain
more
about
about the corruption.
yeah, the corruption is
imminently.
the big part. But yeah, so that is the Starborn Melody, and it was great. I fucking loved the first arc.
I feel
so
really
far.
just satisfied with like what we did, what we like accomplished, I guess. Playing around with a new arc format and feeling really good about that, and like main character energy format and feeling really good about that. Also getting to do musical, even if just like a little toe dip musical, felt really good.
Channel 6 News is should be all caught up. They are a bigger problem now than they were then. Like, they are way better informed.
But the whole like shooting on air, that whole thing.
Yeah, the shooting on air thing definitely happened. Like, that whole thing has happened. Somebody got shot on camera, but only that makes them better. Like, they were killed on air for speaking out against Lockstitch. So, like, those NPCs, we have not seen them. So you cannot know. I'm sorry. But yeah, the Channel 6 News is growing. They are I think yeah, you guys would be able to see commercials where they are talking about like adding this little pill into your water and it will cure sicknesses.
It's like, why don't you just inject bleach?
Why don't you just inject bleach? Why don't you just drink this little stone? And some people are all about swallowing it and like whole. Some people reuse them over and over again, but
Oh, I hate that. I hate that you said that.
right? You got
Just a little horse dewormer. You got a tiny horse infestation? We got the
Right?
product for you.
tiny horse infestation. Like you've got like people like all around you that are nonstop like, oh, this will heal you, like casting spells and stuff. Drink this, it won't work. And like hands down, if you drink null metal, if you drink this water, you're not immune from magic, but you are very resistant. Unless you swallow the pill. If you swallow the pill, like you are significantly more resistant.
Yeah, I'm sure that's fine. I don't
Yeah,
see any
right?
issues with that.
Don't worry
can't
about
imagine
that.
coming back to bite anyone in the ass later.
There like, and just so we know, there is a significant number of people like taking that. Also, the people from Channel 6 News no longer dye their fur silver. They are straight blue.
I mean, the blue is because of the silver, though. So they would have to just be otter colored, I think.
Like, yeah, yeah, actually, that makes sense. Oof.
Just regular ass otters.
Boring ass otters. Yeah, I bet it. The more you drink of that, the more it pushes the silver out of their fur. I love otters anyway, so. He might still dye himself though because of his name, or do we think he changed his name? No.
Silverless.
Quicksilverless. But yeah, so we're having some problems there. Otters are adorable. I'm currently wearing a sweater that had an otter in it once.
Could you treasure that forever?
I do. So that's going on. Any other questions? That is like the Channel 6. They are monitoring you guys. You guys are their meal ticket. Every single time you mess up, they are right there. But you guys have been doing good. It's like they are reporting on the dangers of Haven at this point. For that, wait till the next season. Oh, wait till the next arc. And so that is that. And yeah, it's a big part of what I'm going to talk about next. Caustic. Listen to me real quick. That stuff will be included in what I'm about to explain for the next arc.
It's like legitimately it's coming. Like
when I said wait for the next arc, I didn't mean for the next arc. I meant wait till we start talking about the next arc.
My bad. Alright, which I think we could do now.
One second, let me get that tab open. Alright, so for the Silver Shadows, the things that you guys need to know is there are going to be huge monsters. Huge monsters. That's the big part of it for the next arc. We have weapons made from the God Hunters that they are going to loan to you. Not loan, they're going to give you guys each them, but only one apiece. So there will be a total of 5 weapons that at any time you guys at the beginning of the game can take them. These things are big. You could only carry one on yourself at a time. One of them is an axe/maul that has some null metal on it, and it's huge. Like it stands taller than any of you, I think. Maybe not taller than anybody. all of you, but it's big. There is a cannon that needs to be held almost like a bazooka. I picture it as like a one of those clown cannons, and it's painted up like that. If you are a smaller character and you want to use that clown cannon, it will have a little wagon with wheels on it that you can pull it around. There are also there's also like dual blades that are kind of Attack on Titan style, and there's a grappling hook. Like all of the rules will be set up for these, but I'm explaining these to let you guys all know. Kill these monsters. They are
Just go
not
nuts, kill some shit.
Yeah, they're not. It's not a redeemable situation. We're not looking for you to cure them. Like they are going to eat towns. They are going to kill everyone if they can. And it's just like the next arc is about just I want to see more big monster fights, and I don't want like every game to have like a 45 minutes. Oh no, this is a bad guy. Conversation. It's just oh no, like should we not? Like no, do. Like you are killing a disease. That is what you are doing. This is like because kill or be killed, or kill or watch an entire town be killed. Like you guys are probably strong enough to get out of the way, and we are going to make we haven't talked about this card too much, so it's like still in its like early phase, but kind of it arrives cards, not like it is coming where we like talk about a thing. Like suddenly where you are is under attack right now. Fight this thing. Like it's all about adventures, large monsters, epic fights. Like the corruption we know is spreading all over the world. It is some kind of like strange, it is a cursed magic. It is terrible. It gets into things and changes their like what they are. It can bleed multiple possibilities together into one thing and make it significantly worse. Like it's very like tumors is the strongest way that like I can define it, but imagine if a tumor suddenly like grew claws and started attacking you. They are like huge and majestic, but that's only because they are made of what people think of, you know? They are not. We'll talk like that stuff. These monsters have to be like very specific. Sorry for you, Vala. These ones are like things that people have already come up with, or like so we can already like put them into the artwork for like what you can make out of them and stuff. But we'll talk. So it is. These things are terrible. Like these things are killing the world. They want to spread out as far as they can. They are made of corruption, and when they die, it is an ecological problem that you're going to have to solve wherever they die. But they will just make the entire world sick if not taken down. Like that is what we know about them. The corruption is strong enough to make one reality bleed into another reality. If it gets on you, it's a real problem. If it gets in you, it's even bigger. So yeah, like we know that the corruption is traveling via like it is traveling through the root system. Like some of those roots have definitely gotten corruption in them, and they have begun to corrode and pop. You guys like unless like why wouldn't you make them with silver, honestly? But as like we have somebody already researching, not researching on purpose, but being able to map out where in the tunnels they are because Clovis decided to go underground, which is great for us. And but yeah, this is where we are. And overarching, like it is about killing shit, it is about adventure, all of that. Like corruption, deal with it. It is the corruption right now is your big bad. Um and then the overarching theme, and it's just like it's kind of it's home, really. It's where you come from and where you are going and where you call home, where you belong, who you are in this world. And like the the real fun thing is, like, me and Nika already knew what this thing was and we've been planning it for a while, but there was a conversation between Caustic and Roy and Cole about like it's like, oh, this is our world now. Like Cole's coming from it like this is our world too, so we're gonna do some experiments. And Caustic's just like, oh, it was their world first. And it's like, no, really? You're both right. So it's just like, do
Watching how that
you?
plays out, really.
Yeah, watching how that plays out is gonna be interesting. Like, what is the goal? Like, is the goal to make you guys selves at home, or to just because you kind of have to? You live here now. It's like we're not splitting this world back into its like component parts.
I suppose that, like, I don't know how you would. I'm not saying that it would be impossible to do, but morally, what is the right answer there?
Yeah, right. I bet if you spread the corruption far enough, we could do that. I bet we could like weaken all the realities and have them all pull each other apart again.
Like, a lot
Right,
can
you roll
happen,
it
because
down.
obviously, like, the world is developing as we play it. Well, those are the themes. Like, you can never go home again. As a concept, but also, like, literally.
Except for, I guess, Pox and Castor. We know that they can go home.
I mean, yeah, I suppose that's fair. Those that come from places that weren't merged, technically, your homes are still out there. But are they even home anymore? And have you changed so much that going back wouldn't buy you anything? It wouldn't feel like home either. Sorry for all the squeaking. I'm gonna, like, grease this up. This is driving me crazy.
So yeah, that is it. That is the what is coming up. We are going to see some of these themes obviously tomorrow.
Yeah, we're beginning the setup for the arc tomorrow. We nudged the start time a little bit. We did want to launch this weekend, but we're hoping to buy enough time for music. But that is entirely based on his schedule. So if he can't get us the theme song by the time we start on Friday, then we just live until he can do the thing. But again, I love that he's in demand. I'm just sad for us specifically, but good for him.
Exactly. It's just like, yeah, maybe Leo, like, we could probably do something. Like, I was thinking about like scrapping those upgrade cards because we've already done so much with the sub, and like if it keeps feeling like a hat on a hat on a hat thing. Not that you guys don't seem to enjoy hat on hat on
That's
hat.
true. You guys are very pro hats in general. Hat stacks.
The thing is, like, my favorite thing right now with the whole Clovis under the ground thing is none of you know where he is. There's no chance in the world. Like, you guys know that he went underground. You cannot track him where he is.
If a sub could wear a hat, what kind of hat would it wear and where would it wear it? It'd have to be like on the pinup, right?
It would have to be on the pinup.
But it's stupider if it's not, and I do really like stupid things. there is like complicated math I would need to do for every single character in order for them to also be able to have the hats, unless you don't mind if they're shitty. But I would like it for you to be able to put hats on each player, but then we need a way to determine which hat gets activated when you play it. Like for slot 1, 2, 3, or 4. It's not impossible, it just takes tinkering that I don't know how to do yet.
Hat shuffle.
Are we just stacking hats? Is that what's happening right now? And the ducky tie. R.I.P. Leto.
Rip.
Alright, last round of do y'all have any questions for any of the stuff that we talked about today? Because if not, we're gonna fuck off probably. Just trying to get as many hats as you can. It didn't really feel like a break.
It did not feel like a break.
The goal was to take a break and play a bunch of Dragon's Dogma. Instead, I just slept a lot, personally. And didn't get to play that much Dragon's Dogma, which, might be exactly what I do tonight.
I feel sick. But to be fair, during my break, I got to dive into a bunch of rat beefs that
That's
are, like,
true. That is
really
true.
interesting for me. So if, like, the next season, the next arc has a lot to do with rat beefs, it has unintentional, I'm sure.
I think,
I'm in the 40s on.
yeah, I think I'm
Dragon's
actually
Dogma.
about 35 myself. I think I'm almost exactly somewhere out there. What did you miss? Literally the entire thing, because we're wrapping up, and she's shooting the shit right now, but... we talked about stuff coming up. We did a recap for Starborn Melody. And some housekeeping stuff at the start. That's basically it. Every hat possible.
There are, like, 2 more character art things for the next arc, by the way.
Yeah.
That is...
Ronos.
You missed
right?
that.
Saw it.
I don't... Yeah, I'll voice out that then. Never mind.
And I did,
Get you into it.
I made a note in the workshop about it. I am not really doing the story in Dragon's Dogma. I'm just wandering around, so, like, I get it. I'm doing a bunch of quests, like side quests and stuff. As for card luck, things that I've seen work are calling it ahead of time. I don't know why that works. Do not scratch my computer, you monster! What are you doing? Cat is taking it literally when I'm like become ungovernable. He's like, I will. Rupert. Hi, do a luck ritual.
Dance, Rupert, dance.
He's gonna sit on my lap, does that count? David is just personal against Sogi. Whenever he wants something specifically, he's not allowed to have it. Like, look how many fucking, like, rocks he had to go through before he get a rock. Like... It's kind of impressive in how bad it is. So him I can't help. But everyone else. Well, thank you for grabbing a glow up spot.
What's he doing? What's he like, bro? What are you doing?
Question. What
are you doing? I need to know. Oh my god, I'm so excited for the next arc. I totally forgot. You guys, again, if you guys got a glow up for the next arc, please in chat right now tell me where you're getting them. All right, what you're thinking, because like it falls out of my brain. Like I don't check up on her PayPal thing, right? On the PayPal or anything. So like some of you have gotten ones that I don't know about. Oh, that's why Leo. Leo's Elemental. Oh my god, that's gonna be so good, Leo. Like that squad is so good. I've sent you guys some things. It's not gonna be that.
I have like a distinct idea in my head of how I want to do.
Okay, sorry.
How I want to do the Will-O-Wisp ones. What were you gonna say, Ellen?
I definitely think Ro is the monster part one for sure.
Yeah, see, no, because like I was, yeah, no. So
Yep.
I think we need to have a
Suddenly,
discussion.
suddenly that conversation just happened. It might not sound like that was a lot of words, but that
That
me
was a whole
stammering
last
right there was
conversation.
me and Nika just had a whole conversation.
That's how like every single thing that we ever talk about sounds like from like an outsider perspective. It's like, okay, but, and then it'd be like, ooh, valid. All right, I wasn't thinking about that. Like, it's good.
Viking metal for your next class. Oh, all right, all right. So this might sound really stupid. Patagon, Sept. Do you guys? How much wrestling does everybody know? How much time does everybody have? Do you know the Oh my god, they were just called the Rockers. Do you know the Rockers by any chance? Just Google it. It's Shawn Michaels, and I can't remember what the other guy's name was. Oh, it was oh yeah, Marty Jannetty. What a great guy. Terrible people actually. But look at the way that they dressed. Google Google the Rockers wrestling tag team. Like, how hilarious. Imagine a barbarianified version of that. Shawn Michaels had like the best finishing move in wrestling because he had a move called just Sweet Chin Music, and he just kicked a dude in the face. God, what a great outfit.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know anything about wrestling.
It's the guys on the left of what I just showed you. Not the guys on the right.
Okay, sure, yeah, alright. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, stay away from windows. You'll get fucking kicked right through one. The Barber Beefcake. I have so many ideas for toast as well, though. We're kicking Marty Jannetty through the window. That's how Shawn Michaels left the tag team.
I don't know what these were.
Then like something like 40 years later, it wasn't really 40 years, but it was probably like closer to 30 years later, Shawn Michaels had the Sweet Chin Music Ric Flair right in the face after he told him he loved him. And it was beautiful. I like some things a little bit too much. I think wrestling lore and rap beefs are my two like most niche. I never actually have anybody to talk to about this, so I just talk.
It's been a very confusing week for me, I have to admit.
It's okay. It's okay. Did you guys all hear J. Cole's? No.
If you let him go, he will just keep going. That is a fact.
I didn't know that we're making wrestling AMVs now. I am slightly excited about wrestling AMVs. Alright, but yeah, last call for questions. Oh my god. Let me answer real quick for some stuff. We think the Warble Tinger stuff is very, and like Nika said it, but it is very like Conan. It's very 80s barbarians, a lot of skin, a lot of like muscles. It's just like, it's great. And the elementals are very much, we can't tell you a lot about them until you see them, sadly.
A lot is like spoilers, and I don't want to I want to do spoilers. I want you. Okay, Conan the Librarian is fucking hilarious. Though.
Conan the Librarian's pretty alright. But then like, if you're wondering what the mushroom, nobody got the mushroom, but that's fine. If you're wondering what the mushroom would be, just look at on the map for Tier Loa. It's just that.
Exactly like the picture Mama Parse handed to Leo. Exactly like that.
Oh yeah, look at Gus and Aspera. Gus and Aspera are fucking full on who they are.
I have some ideas for like it's not just straight Conan. Like I have some of my own thoughts what I want to mix in with it, the kind of flavors that I want to do to make it like proper Wolpy. But it's the easiest way to describe like what I'm thinking.
Which Conan though? Like which Conan do you like? Do you like the new one? It was fine. It was fine. I didn't hate
don't
it.
remember
I love that
thinking
Von
about
Perlman was in it.
That's true, he was, and that probably is everything that I remember about it, despite having watched it.
The dandelion people will. I mean, the dandelion sprout will grow eventually. It's probably gonna take on a lot of things from the Celestial Sea, Sparkly. Okay, because you're wondering. Like they are not meant to grow there. They do not normally resonate with the Celestial Sea. We'll have to see what that's like. Um, the last one that we saw was like a little guy named Fluffer, and Karam hated the fact that I named him Fluffer.
That's
But
fair. That's reasonable.
that's his name. Oh, his name was Fluffer. And then he poofed out into a million little seeds and are being planted all along, all over folk song.
I am also excited for the Silver
I also-
Shadow Globes.
Silver Shadow's a good name. Silver Shadow, the Trails of
Trail of
Echo, the Trail of Echoes is great. It's amazing. Like
It's. I am embarrassed to say how long it took us to like nail down an actual title, like an arc title. I cannot tell you. Like we went through so many iterations of what we wanted this arc to be, because we plotted the first three over the between season breaks. Like we came up with all of that like right off the bat, but like it also evolves as like the other games are played. So like we never want to like say what they are ahead of time, like early ahead of time, because like so much changes because that's the nature of this thing that we do. But we've known the theme and the style and stuff for a while, but it took an embarrassingly long time to come up with a name. It just everything
So
just
long.
didn't nail it the way that I wanted it to. Because obviously,
and based on like the sheer number of NPCs named Steve and Paul, I'm sure you guys are pretty aware that coming up with names is hard.
naming this shit is hard. Eventually, like we'll have like a master list that has that is certainly a name that a person could have on Twitch. Thank you so much
New
for the
flesh
follow.
available is really good. Like, are you just advertising for tattoo artists?
But like fresh new flesh.
I don't like that it's new. It means you're a babby. Or you just got a skin graft. I'm sorry about your burns.
That is certainly like of all of the names it could be. That is certainly one of them.
The Pokemon, like, the one where I named all of them Paul was very funny to me at first. But then as I got in, I'm like, I don't know which one's evolving.
Like the best names really are the 2 a.m. like, I don't know, I'm gonna put some fucking words together and see how it goes.
I think that's how I got my first, like, Yahoo
Every
name.
single one of your fucking screen names or like usernames is that. All of them are
Really
that.
is. Like, my very first one that I remember was called Kinky Butt Goblin.
That sounds right. But yeah, naming the new season or the new arc took a little bit.
Mystical Pepsi.
Guess that's fair, Soap. I guess that is fair.
You insulted Irish Spring the day you got into the server, and the fact that you're still here amazes me. I got Pork Larry 92. I got Yo-Yo Ball Rock. Just, I made a million of them.
It's half of your D&D characters all have the same name. That is reasonable.
I'm a
is
lifetime
understandable.
GM. Half my NPCs are named Paul.
We got Paul, Steven, and then like the scattering extra ones that aren't Paul or Steven, or some variation on Paul and Steven. Both of which are like common ass fucking names, so like it's gotta be torture for those of you with those names.
And of course, there's Stefan. We're gonna see him this arc for sure.
I am so specific about names. My favorite site, I want to say it's called 2000. It might even be 20,000 names. That lists names by like theme, by like location in the world, like origin, that kind of stuff. And there's just a lot of really juicy shit in there. So, highly recommend. That is my like go-to. 20,000. It's probably significantly more than 20,000 at this point. The site is so ugly, it legitimately looks like it was built in the 90s. It's so rough. It's like confrontational on the peepers.
This is the best.
Yeah,
this is the best.
It takes you back, is all I'm saying, but like, it's got some real good names on there. Just graphic design is my passion. So yeah, and it took
so
a moment.
excited.
I was like, it's like Starborn Melody had.
It was so immediate, just so good. Starborn Melody.
It has some duality in it too, of like not just literally the Starborn Melody, and not just literally Celestial Sea stuff, but also like the Secret of the Sirens parts. So, wanted to do the same for the next one, and it was like pulling teeth a little bit, but we got there.
I don't know why you guys are mad about this site. This is the best website I've ever seen. Oh shit, it's got dragon names.
Yeah, no, it's got a lot of fucking variety in there. I'm a fan of, I think, Basque names.
Yeah, I was just looking Heron Surge in the Basque language. It is the word for dragon. I'm
Yeah,
like, oh, that's neat.
Some real good ones.
I like VH1 behind the music. Is that the same thing?
High contrasting colors means it's accessible. It's like it is painful to look at, but it feels so very like mid to late 90s AOL like personal site to me. Like I guarantee like y'all are mostly younger than me, but some of you are old like me.
Babies.
And like AOL back in the day, like you could have they would have like little basically websites you could have as like just part of your AOL account. And of course we're all fucking nerds here. So like doing the like the chat room RPs, and you have your like guild with all of your members, you gotta recruit and you gotta organize it somehow. And I'm pretty sure that like black and gold and red were like my guild colors back then. So, you know, it gives a little nostalgia.
So nostalgic. I'm just gonna start naming characters after bands at this point. It's just like, and this is the new NPC Megadeth. I remember some of you when we mentioned, I think it might have been Toast that said it, that Krieg is his longest played character.
That is so wild to me. I do think that Toast said that. Because I mean, we're on year 4, and Krieg is like OG. That's crazy. Krieg has grown so much. I'm so proud of him. He's just doing his Krieg best.
I can't wait to see where Krieg goes. Like, because I know, like, everybody knows it, that he's getting weirder. Like, as the world is getting weirder, Krieg is getting weirder. He ate way too many bee candies.
His ego and his power have grown. Even if he's still short of stature. Even if he's still tiny a lizard.
The idea that Krieg, our accountant, will willingly stand up to the Shaper, like, the biggest bad that I've put on the screen so far. But now, I don't even know if he is a big bad, because the crew get along with him. At least a small part of the crew get along with his crew. Like Simmons is just like, oh, we're having like a legal argument, and this is the way that they solve it. We should feast. You guys are cool. Oh, here you go. Here's a gun.
Like, we've sunk some longevity into these characters, which is so wild to me. When we started this project, I just did not see us being like here 4 years later.
I think the oldest NPC that I have that he is recurring, he shows up over and over again. He has never showed up in this game. Like, he has never showed up in it because I always feel like it's a little bit too much fan service for myself, you know?
The DM can have a little fan service as a
I
treat.
think as a treat, but it's a guy named Mr. Smiles.
I feel like we have seen that character though.
Have we seen Mr.
I
Smiles?
feel like we have.
There's
feel
Mr.
like it's-
Smiles and there's Flay. Those are my two oldest NPCs. They came from the same game.
I think Flay we put into Dunko.
Yeah, Flay is a pyromanic kobold. And Mr. Smiles is a salesman that is incredibly based from the good magician Humphrey from A Spell for a Chameleon or the Xanth novels. Don't judge me for liking those as a kid. I was mistaken. They were a romp, but ugh.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when you grow as a person, you look back on stuff that you used to like, and you're like, oh, some stuff might be hella problematic. Also, Rupert's loud. So, all right.
Did see Mr. Smiles.
First off, if you were gonna get a Lockstitch tattoo, what would you get? Are we talking like? Yeah, no. What are we talking? Because obviously, like, Lurd has the moth tattoo, and Carrie has her Pym tattoo, and Iskra has the lightning bolt tattoo. So, like, what are you thinking?
Like, if I were a guy that got tattoos, I would just get the symbol, you know?
The Lockstitch symbol.
Yeah, I would just get the Lockstitch symbol on myself.
See, that was the question I was gonna have for you. I was like, well, what are you thinking for a tattoo design? Me as a person, I like, even though technically people have.
Oh my god, if you got AI generated stuff tattooed on yourself, I would judge you so hard.
I don't know if I would care personally, if I'm
Really?
super honest. But like,
I think. Sorry, I'm gonna interrupt real quick.
Yeah.
I think it's just because I am so finicky that I have never found the perfect tattoo, even for myself. That the idea that if AI generated it, I couldn't do that either.
I
But
think,
like, you're your own being, you're your own person. Fucking, I'm
as a
sorry.
starting
That's
point,
on
I
me.
think it's fine, because like, then like you talk with the artist to get like a more refined dealy on it. But like, I don't know. AI is good for brainstorming, so like,
This is true. AI, like, let me tell you, AI has replaced Pinterest for my brainstorming. Although I do want to go back to just using Pinterest.
I still
as
use Pinterest myself. I can't commit to tattoos. Like, I love them in theory and design. I like lust over designs that people have gotten. Like, I fucking love it. But me, I could not commit to a goddamn fucking thing. Oh my god, Rupert. Please. He's like, no, I'm gonna stand on things and scream.
Leo's tattoos are really good. I love the cat face in the moon.
You know, I could see medieval margin text harbinger tattoo. Like, actually, I think that would be a very fun style for it.
I think it would be
follow
really
somebody on TikTok who does medieval margin tattoos, actually.
The thing is, none of you know it. Like, you might, I probably have said it. The Harbinger is not my stand-in in this world.
No, but I still love him, and I still love the idea of him
I
as
absolutely love
a
it.
margin
Like,
goblin.
like, I do not consider myself the Harbinger. That is just a really fun art that is on the screen. It's like really easy for me it to be there. He's not my voice in this game. And neither is Peanut, although Peanut is growing in that respect.
Rupert, come on. If you're gonna jump off, jump off.
Tattoos out. He is just living a comfortable life as a retired NPC. I think he's like.
I think he's been through enough.
I think he's been through enough.
No, I do like the idea of just adventure in big block letters across your chest. I don't know, I think that's a solid option.
Oh god, it's like I saw a dude with the tattoo that was a skeleton ripping his own rib cage apart and bursting through his ribs. Like I knew a guy. His name was Bob.
Of course it was. Bob was fuck tattoo right there.
Bob was married to Penny.
Of course.
Their daughter set her hair on fire while trying to live. If everybody just got Squad tinily tattooed on themselves, it'd be so funny. Squad.
Honestly, as a bit, that'd actually be really fucking funny. Like, I know a lot of artists don't want to do fine line tattoos, but like, just eating like literally the tiniest squad that you could get. Eventually, it would just like, in like 10 years, just be like a weird black smudge. Rupert, could you just chill the fuck out? Please. He's like, no. I'm gonna be a problem.
Yeah, the trippy eye tattoo is really good. Nyx is like one of Nyx's hands holding a card would be a cool tattoo.
I do like Nyx's hands a lot. Rupert, you don't need to be there. You're mean as shit for no reason.
I just want to get the where is it? Hold on, let me make sure I know exactly where it is on the thing so everybody can go look.
That's a good question. How long has it been since Liminal? Because it's been like a year and change out of game, and it's definitely been like
it's been longer than that in game,
but not like substantially. But I would say somewhere in the like 1 to 2 year range. I
would say like somewhere in the 1 to 2 year range. Who's to say that like time is the same? I think we've actually come up flatly said that time is not the same.
Rupert, he's like climbing behind all of the monitors.
Oh, that's just terrible.
I don't want to do this to you.
No, I don't
want to do it,
here.
but yeah, you like that? He does not like that.
Are you spritzing him?
Yeah, just like no, I did it. Give you a little mist.
Okay, I want a tattoo of the little Oni guy next to Delve on the map,
love him.
Or the little kangaroo guy in Bone Meal.
That's also a good one.
Any of the little monsters that he adds, like I want all of them. Like that would be what I'd want. Just like I want a sleeve of all of just the little margin creatures.
The little map friends. Are you coming?
My little map friends.
Handle your shit. You're not handling your shit at all.
It is wild to think of it.
Unhandled.
Oh, that person was sorry to bother us, but wanted to give us a promotion. Don't worry, they were banned by Twilight.
It is wild to think that all of this started 3 years ago was an insane amount of time. Like, Christ.
That skeleton snake comes from a different game that we just really wanted to put in this. The Sick and Sea does come all from that other thing, doesn't it? Most of it.
Mm-hmm. Come on, just sit in the fucking basket.
Kind of forgot about that.
There's a lot of different worlds that we've made, like, buried in there. Oh yeah, what day of March is March 2022, is it? Or 2020, is it? What day of March is it? I hope this site is still active. It is. It is March 1498th, 2020. So, good job.
I want Willoughby's fist punching out of a lemon holding the honey hammer. That's what I want. Like the lemon is like an egg situation. It's just his like fist breaking through like an album cover. Very, I'm thinking Journey album cover. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, look up Journey album covers.
Okay. So yeah, I'm just shooting the shit for another fucking 30 minutes.
Yep, sorry about that, everybody.
We're just vibing. I do like the idea of a cosmic storm tattoo. There's some tasty snacks in there. So yeah, I think we covered everything we need to cover, and I'm super excited about the next arc, which tomorrow is like the preliminary for it, because it's a speakeasy for it. So come in, do some RP, have some scenes, set up where your character will be going, or how they'll be going, I guess, for the next 2 months, as well as meeting the main characters, and then first game Friday.
Like, I'm looking at the workshop channel in the Discord right now, because Patagon and Sep did post the picture of the rockers, and you cannot tell me the idea of a penguin with blown out hair like that is the funniest goddamn thing on the planet.
That's valid. Extremely valid.
And with their fucking slutty hands. With
The flirty flippers.
Flirty flippers, that's what it was. Alright, well.
Alright, so we're gonna buck off. I'm probably gonna play Little Dragon's Dogma, because I haven't actually gotten to do too much of that, and I want to do that aggressively. And we will see y'all tomorrow for the Speakeasy. Once again, if you are going to be around tomorrow and you haven't made a note to let us know in the Speakeasy channel in the Discord, please do, so that we can be prepared to have you do something. Yeah,
also, note for tomorrow, I'm going to try to do a ton of little scenes instead of just a couple really big ones. Like I always mean to do little scenes, and we always become bigger scenes because, like, we all love role-playing and it's just great fun. But I'm going to try to be strict on myself, everybody. I'm making no promises, but I'm going to try. I love you all. Thank you. Thank you for coming in my TED Talk.
I'm going to play the ensemble Starburn Melody again, because I just love it so fucking much. And, yeah, and we'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.
See you tomorrow, everybody. Thank you so much.
Celestial sea where stars align, Lockstitch will go where wonder lies. A specialist crew, a beacon of light, will work to unravel secrets entwined. As we study the maps, ancient realms unfold, combining the knowledge of new and old. My heritage whispers in my ear, power stirring within me, eager to appear. Starborn melody echoes in the deep. These questions torment me, so answers I will read.
In the mirror's reflection, I always stand tall, but I'm not yet ready for my final call. My training must vary and skills must grow before I bow out of my cosmic show. Starborn melody echoes in the deep, awaiting comfortably to forge my masterpiece.
In heaven's rhythm, a mystical code. I search for the secrets that it could bestow. Always wary of the cautionary tales, Lockstitch's legacy in cosmic trails. Starborn melody echoes in the deep, an opportunity to realize my theory.
Rolling in the storm, I rise to reign, justified in the sovereign's chain. Be a treasures of power, I'll conquer each year. And shall of echo, the new queen is here. Starborn melody echoes in the deep. I'll lead my destiny.